This is BCR with Coco Event Group.
I'm Grace from Grvylens. I'm a photographer.
Where are you based out of?
Thornton, Colorado.
Nice. So from my knowledge, when did you pick up photography? Was it just this year, or have you been doing it for a while?
I would say I've been doing it for about 7 years, but pretty inconsistently, just on and off. I picked up a camera once and decided that I liked photography a little bit, but didn't do any shoots for a couple years, and then really those were only senior photos for friends, and then I really started to take it seriously and get more into it this year, really.
Okay, nice. Where did that passion for photography develop?
I think I just liked that I could see things through I don't know how to put this, so I could see things through a different perspective, I guess. Yeah, because it's the way things can show up on camera can look different to the eye. Yeah, it was kind of cool, and you can just play around with that and be just think up something, and then you can see it in a different light.
For sure. How would you describe your style of photography?
I don't know if I have one yet. I like to shoot people. I started out shooting nature, but I'm still trying to figure that out, because all I know is that I like to shoot people, and I like to work with models, and I like mostly to do in-studio work, but I don't know if that comes down to a specific style or not yet.
Okay, word. I became a model first before photography, and that was at the end of high school, way back. I think that it helps me as a photographer, a portrait photographer. Do you think it helps you as a photographer as well?
100%. Those things go hand in hand very well. And that's how I got into both, really, is because as a photographer, I would set up the camera and do self-portraits to practice on myself. And but that also very much helped me as a model too. And it just helps you kind of figure out how you want to shoot other people, and also how you like to look on camera. So yeah, those things go very hand in hand.
Definitely. Knowing angles and composition way better.
Yeah.
I was what is the biggest struggle you've been facing with photography?
Honestly, I'm gonna beat up on myself really quick, because I think it comes down to my own procrastination, and just not maybe putting myself out there enough, because I've been trying to put together a website all year, but I still haven't worked it out yet. But it's in progress, but to come soon to a theater near you.
Yeah, it took me, I just redid my whole website this year, and I mean, because I'm full-time now, I had the time to sit down and stuff, but it was a good 2 months of sitting at my desk for 8 hours at a time, because I have so many, I have a huge portfolio, so to have that upload on the website took a lot of time. It's very tedious.
Yes.
But I bet hopefully coming out in 2025.
Yes, that's the goal.
Sweet.
That's the goal.
All right, what are you trying to use?
Wix.
Oh, okay, nice.
Is that a good suggestion?
Yes, I know my older sister Jade, she's an artist. She uses Wix and she doesn't have any issues with it. I use Squarespace, but I pay for it just a whole year, and I think that's helpful, because the monthly thing really gets to me. Also, yeah, budgeting
Or domains.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
hopefully that works out. We'll see. I don't know how many websites are there. Build a website.
Yeah, I've always used Squarespace for the last 7 years, so that's just what I like, because it looks very neat and very I don't know, kind of does it for you. It makes it easy.
Check them out.
Yeah, for sure. What are your goals for 2025? What doors do you see opening for yourself?
Definitely starts at the website and putting I have to put more of my work out there. I didn't even have a separate Instagram account for my photography until just a couple months ago. and I still haven't like fully uploaded all of my work from this year. I don't know why. I'm slacking. Um, but yeah, once I get more consistent with putting myself out there and getting consistent with work and shoots that I do and actually showing it and not just doing it and then no one ever sees it, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's what will help a lot.
Do you struggle with perfectionism a lot?
I do.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the more I work on it, the more tedious and like imperfections I see.
Yeah.
And then I feel like, oh, like the more I look at it, the more I'll start to dislike it and get in my head and be like, well, that's not too good.
Especially with client work for me, that I like stress myself out. Even if I think I did a good job, I'm like, what if they like just don't like it? Or like, what if they don't like their face in this one? It's like
Right.
so nerve wracking. Do you want to stay in Colorado? Or do you have any plans to like travel elsewhere?
I do definitely want to travel. I don't know how people like take photography with traveling. That would be so cool. I'd love to learn how to do that. But I think building a good, stable, like, I guess, career, like, here is where that starts.
Yeah.
So probably not ASAP, but
Yeah.
I'll see.
Yeah.
I'll see.
For sure. I heard of my friend that used to be a photographer. He would just hit up different like hotels and stuff, like from like crazy ass places, and just be like, "Hey, I'm willing to trade my services for a stay." Very smart. Just to get like, I don't know, another type of photography out there that you can travel for free.
Yeah, just have a job.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah, I can't really because it's money.
She's looking at you so sweetly right now. She's like, you love me? Yes.
So this is a question I've been asking everyone. How do you view the Denver creative scene?
I've only been participating in it for like since the beginning of this year, so I can't say that I it well developed with a lot of specific like any niche groups in Denver, but I can say that everyone that I worked with in the spaces that I've been in are really cool. I mean, we have a lot of really cool creatives here, and I feel like Denver is becoming more of a hotspot. It's definitely becoming a more bigger city than it was like even 5 years ago.
Yeah,
Like way more.
definitely.
So we have a lot more creatives, and everyone's just really good.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool to see a lot more of that recently, because I used to think there was like a lack of it. I didn't see as much creativity from the city, but it's definitely sparked up a lot lately.
For sure. I agree. This is my first year, like I told you earlier, like having a community and stuff, a creative community, and it's definitely progressing in like a really positive way. So I'm excited.
It is. Yeah.
To branch off of that, how do you think we could all collectively improve the Denver creative scene going forward?
Don't be an asshole, man. Don't be a piece of shit to work with. Yes. Don't be too pretentious. Don't be too cocky. Don't be, I don't know, too picky. Be able to work with everyone. Be a good person. Simple.
Period. Your core values, how does that align with your craft? And how do you apply it to your craft?
That's a good question.
It's a big one. Everyone it takes a second to answer though.
Mostly, it's just about not shooting stuff that makes you or the model uncomfortable. Like that's definitely what lies in my values. Is I'm a photographer because I want the person to like what they get. I want people to feel really good about themselves because of the work that I put out for them. I think just not shooting stuff that goes against your values and morals.
Yeah,
Good not to do that.
definitely. And I've had bad experiences because their brand or the person doesn't align with who I am. So yeah, that will always affect the end results of your pictures and stuff.
I guess that's what I meant too, is not working with people who kind of answering the last question, don't work with people that are assholes.
Yeah.
Like, that don't, aren't being positive in their spaces.
Yeah. And not like supportive or loving of your work. Like,
Yeah,
you should both
true that too.
with a certain photographer because you really respect their craft.
Yeah.
So this one's kind of like not per se about photography, but I love your personal style. Like every time I see you, your fits are like on point. Have you always had a passion for like styling and like
I would definitely say so. I think that's like clothing and the way you dress your character is a big way of expressing yourself. I know it's like the number one way for me that I express myself. It gets the way you dress like says something about you and it gets a point across, and I think it's really cool to just throw on whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
It's not about even the clothes. It's like about it's about the confidence with which you wear them.
Yeah.
And the personality that brings out in you. So I'm all for wearing whatever the fuck you want to wherever. Like fuck it. Bikini to Old Chicago. Okay. Wear what you want whenever. It's not that serious. We die at the end of this.
Exactly. But yeah, I appreciate and respect that about you, is to express yourself and your individuality, which I can see and sense from your social media and all that.
Thank you. I think it's really important for people to express themselves.
Who inspires you? And that can go from all sorts of different mediums. It can be any type of artist, musician. But what are your muses and yeah.
What's her name? I recently just discovered a band. I think you say Amel and the Sniffers. They're a punk band, and the lead woman, the lead singer, Amy, she's so freaking cool, dude. Like I'm inspired by women that are just free in themselves and they don't give a fuck and they're confident and they run shit, and that's the shit that inspires me because I love it. And totally, I would say that Amy from Amel and the Sniffers, she's so inspirational. I look at her, I think she's the coolest thing ever. She's the coolest. And I think women with that kind of badass, chic personality are so cool.
Definitely. My last question is, what is your creative process like when getting a new shoe? Like, how you build the concept, do you build mood boards, stuff like that?
Definitely. I'm a huge fan of Pinterest. Me too. Like, it makes it easier, and sometimes it's a concept that I'll come up with, and sometimes it's the other way around. I think it's important for the model and photographer to both feel aligned with the concept, and it's okay to, decline a concept that just doesn't align with you.
Definitely.
But yeah, I love making mood boards. It's so fun. Take your part on. I'm not like holding you at gunpoint, but I require. I like a mood board, okay? I always tell my models to make one for me.
Yeah.
Because it helps a lot. It's like, hey, this is the vibe we're going for, and I even I'll throw in poses, very specific, down to the poses, clothing, makeup. I love it. It feels complete to me.
Definitely. I agree. I've been using Pinterest for forever, and I even use it for style inspo, makeup inspo, and stuff like that for myself.
That's what I think, because visuals are so important. But no, visuals are a big way of how we see the world. So when you can put that together,
yeah, and build a manifestation of what you want the vibe to be. You're not replicating, but just as an inspiration for it. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah. See. Well, thank you for being on this podcast. I appreciate you, and I'm excited to see your growth 2025 on.
Thank you, Bauer. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Like and subscribe, y'all.
Like, buy, subscribe.
Sweet.
Thank you. Hey, thank you. Oh my God, that was so awkward.
Me too.